In this video, I want to be showing you how the sports betting odds work, meaning that if you live in the United States, exactly how the run lines will work. You might even see them referred to as the American odds. But don't worry, for all you foreigners, I'm going to do a video on decimals and fraction odds too. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, for an example, we're going to take this Chicago White Sox and Cleveland Guardians Major League Baseball game. Now, it's a Major League Baseball, and there's going to be one winner and one loser. There's a 100% chance of that happening. There's no ties in baseball or anything. Now, if you were to flip a coin, there would be a 50% chance of it landing on heads and a 50% chance on it landing on tails. Now, with sports, that's not true because some players are really good on certain teams, and honestly, some players just suck ass on other teams. Take the Oakland Athletics, for example. They're horrible. They're 20-60 right now. They're on pace to lose 120 plus games. It's like they're playing t-ball. Whatever worked in Moneyball, it ain't working no more. Thanks, Oakland, for the new TV, the new hot tub, the new deep fryer, and the new pet lizard that I had FedEx overnight to me, named him Brad Pitt, just in case you're wondering. Okay, so with this Major League Baseball game, there is an underdog and there's a favorite. Meaning the Chicago White Sox are the underdog in this game because they have a plus 110 by their name. And the Cleveland Guardians are the favorite because they have a negative 120 by their name. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is this Cleveland Guardians. They're the favorite, right? They're a negative 120. Well, the sports betting world works on 100s, meaning if you put $100 down, you would win $83.33 in profit. Your total return would be your initial 100 plus your 83.33. Just remember that if they have a negative next to them, they're favorite, so you would have to put more money down and you wouldn't get as much money back since they're a favorite. The higher the number, the bigger the favorite they are. All I'm trying to say is Cleveland is a slight favorite. They're a negative 120, which just means the sportsbook gives them a 54% chance of winning. More on that shit later in this video. Hopefully that makes sense. You're putting money down on a team that's better and you won't get as much money back. Now, you don't have to bet in hundreds. That's just how the sports books write out their odds. To give you a better example, $1 would get you $1.83. $10 would get you $18.33. $1,000 would get you $1,833.33. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is the Chicago White Sox. Now, I didn't say sucks on accident. That means they're the underdog, therefore they suck. Pet lizard named Brad Pitt even laughed at that one. Why is it lizards show no emotion? Okay, so clearly they're the underdog and they have the plus number by their name. They're a plus 110. Now, if you put $100 on them, you win more money because they're an underdog. So if you put $100 on them, you win $210. Same thing. It's your $100 initial investment, and then you win $110. That's why you win $210. Now, if you put $1 on them, you'll win $2.10. If you put $10 on them, you'll win $21. And if you put $1,000 on them, you'll win $2,100. Okay, so now I'm going to explain to you how the sports books work. To give you an example, let's say you have a job you truly hate. It's a custodian job. Now, there's this other custodian that you really hate. Let's call him Dumbass. Yeah, he's a dumbass, and he's a dumbass because pretends like you can't get all his work done, so he'll sleep in a teacher's classroom and you'll end up having to do all his work, and it gets really old. I'm sure you've worked with that kind of guy before. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. He's just a dumbass. Okay, so the Cleveland Guardians and the Oakland Athletics are playing tonight, right? And Cleveland is a heavy favorite. We're going to say they're a negative 250 and the Oakland Athletics are a plus 240. To put this in perspective, you are like, hey, dumbass, I will bet $100 that the Cleveland Guardians win tonight. And dumbass replies, okay, well, I'll give you 25 if they win, but you give me 100 if they win. By they, I mean Oakland wins. And you're like, okay, that sounds fair. I know Cleveland's going to win anyway. And, they'll give me $5. I can just put some potatoes in your mufflers and, your car will explode. Okay, so dumbass goes around and he finds 10 people to take Cleveland, and he also finds 10 people to take Oakland. Then he takes that money and he puts money on both Cleveland and Oakland. That is the same thing that the sports books do, meaning 75% of the people will go with Cleveland in this scenario and 25% will go with Oakland. well, they'll make it like 73% go with Cleveland and 23% go with Oakland. Therefore, dumbass or the sportsbook just generates 4% off no matter who wins the game or not. That is exactly how sportsbooks work. They take wagers and then whatever they have to add up to 100%, right? So they don't make it add up to 100%, but they're gonna take a certain percentage just for taking the bet. Okay, to end this story, because I know you're all dying to know, you win this bet, you get $25, you buy some potatoes, you put them in his muffler, his car blows up, and you have $20 left over for pizza the next day. Okay, so hopefully you've learned something about the American odds. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want more awesome betting tips. As always, check my links in my description down below. And I'm out! I gotta go buy some potatoes!